had a saying, readers are leaders, right? Well, a lot of us think it's a myth, but trust me, in today's dispensation, if there is any sentence or statement truer, then it is readers are leaders. Reading is about seeking knowledge, and knowledge is power. Whosoever has the knowledge is the person that rules. Come on, I don't want to talk about this too much, but reading is a habit that you should build. You should cultivate. This is a new year. I know you've written down your New Year resolutions already, the goals you want to achieve this year. But if you want to be a leader, then I would advise you add reading to whatsoever you have planned this year. Just look at the top successful people, women, men in the world. One thing that is common with them is the fact that they are readers. They read, they research, they seek knowledge, they become better every day by tapping from the ideas of others through reading. Well, I know a lot of us do not read, not because we don't want to read, but because it has just been difficult for us building a reading habit. I have my top 5 books that I believe that every lady, every Christian, every business person should read this 2025. But before we get into this list of top books that you should read, I want to help you understand how to cultivate an effective reading habit in a very simple way, so that when you finally decide or you pick up any of these books I would be recommending, you're not going to find them boring, you're not going to find them daunting, you're not going to see reading as a waste of your time. So let us get right into it. The first thing to do to build an effective, enjoyable reading culture is first decide on the things you want to start reading about. Do not just pick up any book randomly, dig in and start reading. No, you're going to feel bored along the way. Choose a topic you're interested in and start reading from there. If you love talking or reading about relationships, if you love conversations about business, if you love conversations about social life, personal growth, spirituality, or just whatever, start reading something you have great interest in. For someone like me, well, I'm a personal development fanatic. I always want to become my best, and I love talking about relationships as well. So when I pick up a book to read, I go to something that has to do with personal development or either relationships, because I know that I am not going to get bored reading that. The next thing you want to do is decide how much you are going to read on a daily. Decide how many pages you're going to read every day. Are you just taking 2 pages? Are you taking 1 paragraph? Are you taking just 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 10 minutes out of your day to read? The goal is reading and being consistent in reading. It is not how much you get to read per day. I hear people say, well, I read 100 books in 2024. I read 100 books in the last 2 years. That is not it. When you are starting out, start out small and be consistent. Build up this habit from the bottom up. When you start and decide that, okay, you are going to finish one single book, 200 pages book in 1 day or in 3 days, you are going to face a burnout and you're going to get tired and abandon the book. So start out with something small. How many pages do you want to read per day? How many minutes do you want to spend reading? And you move on from there. And the third thing you should do after deciding how many pages you want to read, how much you want to read on a daily, is getting for yourself an accountability partner, a friend that you can report to every day, or a friend that will check up on you every day and ask you, did you meet up with your reading goal for today? How many pages did you read? What did you learn? Someone you can be accountable to, someone who can hold you accountable for your reading culture. And the fourth thing you should do is reward yourself with something little for every day or every week that you did not default. Like if you read the number of pages you said you're going to read for a whole week, just reward yourself with something really small just to keep you going. And the last step is do not read when you are tired. If you're back from work and you want to read and you happen to feel that you've had a long day, please do not read when you are tired. You're going to find it boring and you will eventually give up on it. So when you're tired, just rest and reprogram your reading for a later time. And that is it. Those are 5 simple ways you can cultivate a reading habit from now henceforth and start reading.